Welcome to Samuels.here channel. Kevin Samuels was truly a truth seeker, and after many years of educating both men and women of all races, but particularly those of African descent, in the art of navigating the ever-complex dating world, he was sadly ripped from our lives as he was called back home to the Almighty in 2022. Some of us, myself included, instinctively recognized the truth of his message. Many found his message rather unpalatable. I am hoping with this channel to make his message that little bit more digestible in a more feminine and softer manner. I hope this helps my sisters in the Black community who saw him as an enemy. Being Black myself, I hope I can bridge that gap. And oh, by the way, my father was also called Samuel, so in a twist of fate, I pay tribute with this channel to my father, who is also where Kevin has gone. I love how the Icelandic have a way of acknowledging someone's daughter in the same way as someone's son. So I appropriate the Icelandic way to find a suitable name for my channel, Samuels.here, Samuel's daughter. Enjoy the video.
My God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Who could have focused? Who could have planned? If I tried to pay $1 million, I could not have planned for a better 2 or 3 weeks. All culminating with today. It's all over social media. All over Insta, Twitter, Facegram, YouBook. It's everywhere. Political pundit, conservative commentator Tomi Lahren has gone viral with the video that she made on Instagram. And for good reason. If you guys haven't seen it, it's pretty it's pretty amazing. I would just put it that way. It's pretty amazing. And you see the title of the video? I said, Tomi Lahren has something to teach Black women. You need to listen to this. Black women, yes, you need to listen to Tomi Lahren. But before we get into this, thank you to all the moderators. Thank you to all the Patreons. Thank you to everybody that makes this channel possible. Yes, talking about getting a Red Bull sponsorship. Who knew? Fragrance of the night. Baccarat 540 extract de parfum in the Baccarat crystal. Oh. But let's get into it. Let me go ahead and pop this chat box out over here because it's hard to see it over there. Moderators, I can't really see what's going on in the chat room. If we get over 2,000 people tonight, I'll go ahead and switch it to slow chat move because it starts to move too fast. But tonight, we're going to get into it, man. Tomi Lahren has got something to teach Black women. Now, I know some women are probably going to already be upset because they're like, who is Tomi Lahren? Who is Tomi Lahren? Who is Tomi Lahren? This is Tomi Lahren. In all her blonde hair, hazel eyes or whatever, that's Miss Tomi Lahren. We're going to put her right over there so she ain't all up in my candles. This woman right here has something to teach Black women. I have been trying to do my best talking about, trying to find out what men want, men that are out there trying to become high value, trying to become either Blue Henry or Blake Henry or a hit squad, trying to get out there and become the best version of themselves, getting the top 10% of all men, masters of the universe, that kind of thing. And then the top 20% of women who are really tend to be drawn and attracted to that group of men. It's far easier it's far easier to communicate a direct message to a man. As simple as that. It's far easier to do that. It's not crazy to say or to understand it. Some people have said, like Rebecca Lynn Pope, why she no longer match makes for women. because of some of women's unrealistic standards. My computer's running a little slow, guys, so I got to try to get caught up over here. A lot of women's unrealistic standards in today's dating scene. And that really ticked quite a few women off because, well, it just did. It simply did. It simply did. So instead of going back and forth with a bunch of people that I really don't know that you don't know, I just say, let's get into it. Let's get into the content and let's see what Tomi Lahren has to teach black women. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. This is going to be a barn burner. Let's see, can we get her? Is she already talking yet? How we doing tonight, people? All right. Nope, it's not coming through yet. Let me start this again. You build it as we fly, baby. Bluetooth. Nope, that's what it is. Give me a second, guys. It's storming up. It is raining really hard down here in Atlanta too. So if it goes out or something, you know what you need to do. Just hit refresh and we'll keep it moving. All right.
What's up? I'm gonna let you guys trickle in before I start talking because this is important.
Did you guys get the notification?
So, waiting for you guys to get here. So normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day. It's a great time. But something as of recently has been on my mind, and I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale, I mean, these women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men. It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys, it is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I am going to help you. And these are some of the things that I've experienced, and these are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just going to lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So the first thing, and I've made notes. by the way. I've made notes. This is how invested I am in this because I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks solid now.
The reason this video surprises me is that the woman concerned is a conservative. Now, I had this perhaps false notion that conservative women were much more man-friendly, but I'm wrong, obviously. Now, on a more serious note, the announcement that this lady's friends and acquaintances all had an issue, all of them had at least one issue with men, is neither here nor there. I don't think there's a man alive who doesn't have an issue with a woman, beginning with his mother or his sister, grandmother, auntie, female cousin, daughter. The same goes for women, naturally. This is life. Huh? I don't think it's possible to live in a world where one doesn't have an issue with the members of the opposite sex, even if they're your twin brother, even if they're your twin sister. So that in itself is not exhibit A. Hey, look, I had an issue with a man once, maybe in 1998. So there is a problem with all men. So I think there is a false premise here. But let's listen to what else she has to say. I'm curious.
First question for men. If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship, kind of broken up, kind of on again, off again, kind of married, kind of divorced. Are you actually single? That means single. You have nobody. You have no complications. You have no attachments. You are actually single. That is the first question, believe it or not, that needs to be asked. And ladies, you should be asking it because in 2020, it's not a given anymore that a guy that's actively pursuing you is actually single. So that's the first thing. The second thing.
Well, okay, that's fair enough. Yes, I see her point. There are many men who go woman hunting with the wife or the girlfriend or the living partner at home, more often than not with a child or 2 as well. Okay, that's deceptive. I grant her that. Okay. But it's also on a woman to make sure that the man you're dating is really available. Okay, sometimes it's difficult. I get it. Okay.
That I think is very important, that men don't seem to understand. There are very few women out there, and I'm speaking from personal experience as well as from all of my friends and all the women, quite frankly, that I talk to. There is not a woman out there that wants to be your pen pal. She doesn't want to get your texts, your good morning texts, your good night texts, your random through the day texts, if they don't follow up with a plan to actually, here's the kicker, in person, hang out. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, it's COVID. People can't hang out in person. This has not been a 4-month problem. This has been a 5-year problem that I've experienced with men and my friends have experienced with men. Women do not want a pen pal. We don't want a texting pal. We quite frankly don't care if you text us all day or if you don't text us at all. If you're not going to make a plan to actually see us in person, not interested. And if you do have a woman out there that just wants to be your pen pal, it's probably because she has a boyfriend or a husband or a wife, or whatever. We don't want a pen pal. But that also leads me to my second point. This is gonna be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do not assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight, or 1 a.m., or 2 a.m., or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed. Make a plan. I want to hang out with you at this time. It doesn't have to even be a date. I want to see you at this time. Are you free at this time? Or when are you free? I will accommodate my schedule to see you. When are you free? I want to see you.
I think Tomi Lahren has been reading the book the rules on dating. Okay, now this is not actually a big issue in the dating market. She is exaggerating the problem. This is just the everyday, run-of-the-mill problem that individual men and women encounter all the time. People who are insincere in the dating market. It's not something that you should rant about on such a big platform as she does. It just seems childish, you know. I don't know this lady very well. I had to look her up just because I'm not American, and I'm not into US politics. I understand she's a conservative commentator or journalist. I think she is, how can I put this politely, having a bit of a rant. I think that's the most polite way I can say this, on a very trivial issue. Yes, you don't want people wasting your time. We get that. Nobody wants their time wasted. And the people who are unserious, exactly the people who do have a girlfriend or a wife at home, are the people who do this. So, knowing this, why don't you just skip over these people? You will come across the serious ones who do want to make a plan with you because they really would do want to pursue you. I don't understand the whole ranting thing about the kind of person you are not anyway interested in. Do you see the point? The whole process about dating is to get to your goal. You don't have time to look at the negative alleyways. You should go for the positive findings, so to speak. The positive people, the people you do want. The people you do want to date. Leave the negative ones behind. They shouldn't even feature on your radar. That's where she's getting stuck at. She's too invested in the wrong people. That's unfortunately a bit of a waste of her time.
I know it's not rocket science, but men of 2020, it seems like it's pretty difficult for you to figure out. And I'm not a feminist, so please don't take this as a feminist rant. I love men. I think men are great. I think men have failed themselves and they failed us. And I'm just trying to help you out because I think there are a lot of really great guys out there who need a little help. And I don't think that there are a lot of women that are stepping up and saying these things and not FaceTime me, I swear to God. Quite frankly, I don't think that there are a lot of women that aren't raging feminists, that don't look like Lena Dunham. They're saying these things to you, so I'm gonna go ahead and say them because they need to be said. I am really so sick of my friends having to deal with trash men. I am tired of dealing with trash men, so I'm gonna help you out. Make plans. So let's go through these lists again because I know y'all love a list. Number 1.
I love you, but you are trash. This is a funny video. It's full of contradictions. Maybe she's doing it in jest. I don't know. Maybe it will be revealed at the end. But I just get the impression that it's a bit of a comedy video. But maybe she's serious. Maybe she really does want to help you trashy men out.
1, are you single? Number 2, make a plan. Nobody wants a pen pal. We want to actually see you. If not, don't text us because it's a waste of our time and we don't want to see it on our phones. Got it? All right. Next thing, value. Okay? Value. Take that in. Just repeat it to yourself until it makes sense. Okay. If you want to date a girl that has nothing going on, then that's fine. But please do not mix in people like me and my friends who have something going on with your other girls that have nothing going on. And by nothing going on, I mean this. There is no job that is unimportant. There is no job that's not valuable or that's not worthy. It is. But if you want to mix in people like me and people like my friends who are go-getters, who work really hard, who make their own money, who are talented, skilled, ambitious, please don't mix us in with the Tatianas. We don't want to be there. If that's what you want, find them. Please, for the love of God, do not mix us in with them because we don't want to be there. And quite frankly, we take it as an insult if we find out that you are also talking to 5 Tatianas who have nothing going on. People like me and my friends are going to be insulted by that. And there's almost really no coming back from it. So if you want that kind of a girl, the kind of girl who's just kind of happy going through the motions of life,
Tommy.
Not really super ambitious, hasn't really found herself yet, doesn't really have a whole lot going on other than she's pretty, please just go after them. And please do not mix us in. We don't want to be there. I promise you.
Oh my God, Kevin Samuels with his, you tell him, Tommy. So I have a question. Who exactly is a Tatiana? Is that just a pretty girl? I don't know. I am not really au fait with the whole American culture thing. Is that a thing, a Tatiana? I should just look it up, but I'm far too lazy. So please, somebody help me out. Tell me in the comments, please.
So value. There's a lot of women out there that I know that are my good friends who have amazing jobs, who work really hard, but who can't seem to find a decent guy, even if they go up in age 5 to 10 to 15 years, because those guys all want to be with 21-year-olds who have nothing going on. It's very unfortunate. I don't think it's going to be fulfilling, but I would say to the men out there, try to maybe find a woman that you can talk to, communicate with, might actually have her shit together, might actually be ambitious and have something going on or want to have something going on. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to be on TV. She doesn't have to be a PhD. She doesn't have to be a television producer. She doesn't have to own her own company, but be ambitious and have something going on. Those women out there are going to be a lot more fulfilling to you. You're actually going to enjoy your time. And if you actually might want a sustainable and healthy and stable relationship, that's probably the kind of girl you're gonna need to find. Not the Tatianas who just wanna look cute and post Instagram stories. Now, I love a good Instagram story. Y'all know I do. I love a good boomerang. I love a good whatever. But if that's all you do, men, if that's all she does, probably Houston, we have a problem. I'm just gonna let you in on a little tip. The next thing on my list is this.
So that's what a Tatiana is, a pretty girl who posts on Instagram. Okay, look, I get it. I'm not a fan of such girls either, because there is a whole lot of other problems with them. But what Tommy is missing in terms of important information about men is that, and this is something we women find really hard to understand, you know, the Tatiana, believe it or not, is probably a much better choice for a lot of men. Hey, I'm not one, I have to say. I'm not a Tatiana myself, but I get it. You know, hey, men have their own preferences. We may not like it. Tommy, you and I were women who probably have something going on. I mean, look at me, I'm doing YouTube. I have something going on. Yeah. But the man has also his own choice, right? You know, hey, you know, it's up to the buyer to pick what they want, you know, to pick their preferred product. If a man wants a Tatiana, let him get a Tatiana. What's it to you? Maybe there's a different kind of man who wants you. Now, the good news is I see from her Wikipedia page that she's married, so it's okay. Huh? This is all old news. So this is only just an intellectual type of video, I suppose. Looking back, huh? It's a retrospective video. But for those who are in the throes of looking for someone, all this advice she's giving out, let me just tell you, it's mostly false. She may not even know it at the time of making that video, but let me tell you that she's going down the wrong path, just to let you know, as a friendly tip. I think this video has been a little bit long. I'll cut it in two, so I'll post a part 2 because it's just too hilarious to end it here. And of course, I want to hear Mr. Samuel's take on this. So that's going to come in part 2 of this video, so watch out for it. Have a fun day. Grace, peace, and harmony to you all.